Welcome to Citizens Dialogue. I am Cassie Thoni, joined by our analyst, Kings Ojalo. Today we'll bring you the latest breaking news across Nigeria, from urgent update to insightful analysis. We'll guide you through the stories that matters. Now let's get started. President Tinubu declares himself a strong Democrat. Appeal court crisis. PDP governors Wike Kam open door for peace talks. PDP to APC. Nnamdi Kanu's detention will cost you Southeast votes. We'll go on a short break now. When we return, we'll dive in. Stay with us. Bola Tinubu on Wednesday described himself as a die-hard Democrat, using politicians across party lines to uphold democratic principles and respect the rule of law regardless of personal or political interest. Speaking at an interfaith breakfast at the State House attended by executives of the All Progressive Congress, members of its National Working Committee, and the Inter-Party Advisory Council, Tinubu highlighted his pro-democratic record, including detention, and his role in co-founding the National Democratic Coalition.
The leadership destiny that God has chosen for me. There's no doubt about that. I'm a die-hard Democrat. And I follow that belief wholeheartedly, committedly to a united country, Nigeria. That principle and that philosophy will live and die with me.
It's a pleasure having you on Set Ojalo.
Thank you for having me, Cassie. It's a very pleasant day to you as well.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. You look good, honestly.
First time to you compliment me. Thank you. Thank you so much. And you look amazing, by the way.
Thank you so much.
So what do you have to say about this development from our amiable president?
Yeah, it's the die-hard Democrat. The die-hard Democrat on our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you know. I think it's a statement that similarly, you know, he's trying to emphasize himself on, trying to describe himself. You understand? You know, every politician and every president all over the world must be able to nullify who truly they are in terms of their leadership, conduct, and mandate in the administration. You know, I believe every president all over the world, you know, do this as well. You know, it happened during the interfaith breaking of fasts, the leadership political parties, you know, in the state, in the Aso Rock Villa. That was on the 11th, yesterday precisely. Now, the key statement to all of this, you know, addressing members, most especially of the All Progressive Congress, which is the APC, and Inter-Party Advisory Councils, that is the IPAC, you know, making sure that there's a lifelong commitment to the democracy in the political forum, in the coalition, and so many other things. Now, we also talked about his Democrat struggles, you know, tracing back in the military eras. He talked about his commitment to the rule of law, in concerning also this, you know, the electoral mandates he brought about, you know, as respecting the rule of law, and he brought out that he signed that electoral act into bill because of his obedience to the rule of law and thereabouts. You understand? You know, in terms of the philosophy, you know, national unity, and so many other things. Now, concerning the Electoral Act that 2026, you know, stating that I followed the legislative processes, that I had no choice but to sign the majority because the National Assembly passed it into law. You can see. But he is saying that the National Assembly passed it into law, so he has no choice but to sign it. But you should know that definitely this was a collaboration between the President and the House of Assembly. Initially, in a normal state or in a country that is that indeed follows the rule of law, you know, the President has the right to debunk any bill passed into law by the Senate, and also the Senate also has the right to debunk or to disagree with the president on any budget or any laws he's trying to bring into the economic system of that country. But in the Nigeria case, it's a very different thing. So we can see that the president and the senators, the National House of Assembly, are playing. How will I play it? How will I put it?
Playing to the gallery.
Playing to the gallery of themselves. There's a co-host and a collaboration within the president, and in some developed countries like the United States, most times the Senate don't take orders from the president. You understand? So him trying to say that the Senate are the one who passed it, we could see that is not telling the truth in that aspect. He also mandated.
You said in some developed countries, the Senate don't take orders from the president.
Yes, they don't take.
And here in this context, Tinubu is saying that he's the one that passed
that it was the Senate
that passed it into law.
Yes, so he had no choice than to sign it.
So it's still the same.
Of course,
thing.
but let's be honest. It might not be an outrage that yes, Tinubu was the one who mandated it. But if you look at it very well, that mandate was very clear that he and the Senate had a collaboration. Now how? Just within 24 hours, when the Senate passed it, to be immediately signed it. In the normal sense, the president should take out some time, draft his research on it, and tell the Senate, okay, give me some time, let me think about this.
But you initially said that developed countries their Senate don't take permission from their president.
Of course.
So now it's still the same thing. Nigerian Senate they've passed a bill into law just for the president to sign. So does it need time to go through it and deliberate on it?
Yes. Okay. The question now is, do the people agree with it?
So in the developed countries, do the people also agree?
If the people don't agree with it, like in a developed country, I can tell you the president might stand against it, or the Senate will stand against it. I don't know if you understand. Now, this is a process that a lot of people have protested against. Oppositions have debunked it, that they don't want it in this country. And before you know, it all went, immediately it was signed by the president. So what are we talking about? It shows that the president is fond of neglecting the cries of the people. It shows that it's not, whatever the people said, is none of his business. As far as is the Senate, as far as is his own concerns, that's what matters right now.
So in other words, he does not have the interest of the people.
Exactly, that is what I'm saying in essence. We could see at least you saw the rate of protest everywhere. Is it by activists, stakeholders who came out to protest against that? So what are we saying here? So to tell you that the Senate and the president are the one and democracy is all about is for the people. The people should have total right control over their economy, over their society. But we are seeing two platforms here operating a democratic country. That is the Senate and the president. What about the voice of the people? Why is it not counted? That's what we are talking about here.
So your final thought on all of this is?
My final thought is also, the president proclaiming himself to be a diehard Democrat. He should also look back on his previous administrations when he was a state governor. When you are trying to classify yourself as a diehard, we are talking about someone who is really standing to the mandate of the people, making sure that the economy is what, when you classify yourself as a diehard, it shows that yes, the economy, the country in which you are ruling is already in a fixed permanent condition. What about,
if you can recall on our last conversation, I made mention that you cannot use the mentality that you use in ruling as a governor to rule a whole nation.
But the question is
your capacity. You have to increase in your capacity. But in this case, our president hasn't increased in his capacity. But
the question now is this, Cassie, has he noticed it? When he was the governor of Lagos, I could go, in 1999. Where there were financial crisis, seize of funds in this Tinubu administration in Lagos. Is it about infrastructure and urban decay? Is it about crime rate? As a matter of fact, the crime rate in Lagos has not still quenched up till now since 1999. Okay, go to Lagos currently, Cassie. It is even showing everywhere. It's not a hidden thing again. On the street, the rate at which this so-called on the normal they are supposed to be this road task force and thereabout, but they've taken that union to be a means of looting people's money.
All right, Ojalo,
headed by the so-called what is his name?
I know you have a lot to say. Okay.
Oluomo.
I'll bring you back to this particular conversation. We are behind schedule.
To conclude this discussion, let Tinubu rephrase the statement.
Okay, thank you.
And this high rate of crime is reflecting now in his current administration all over the country.
All right, thank you so much, Ojalo. Still in politics, following recent Court of Appeal judgments, Governor of the People's Democratic Party and alleges of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, have begun moves to reconcile in a bid to stabilize the party. Sources said both camps are holding meetings to consider forming a harmonized caretaker committee or organizing a unity convention to prevent internal divisions from deepening ahead of the 2027 elections. Meanwhile, acting party leaders including Mohamed Abdurrahman, Samuel Anyanwu, and former Senate President Bukola Saraki have urged party stakeholders to set aside personal interests and work together to strengthen the party. Kings, what do you have to say about this? Because since Wike is really ready to reconcile with these party members, although the Court of Appeal gave their final judgment. So, over to you, Kings. Let's hear from you.
Let's be frank. When, when a chameleon, just as my colleague usually try to bring proverb in most cases, when a chameleon, is after something, you understand, he reflects on the color of that thing he needs in order to get what he wants.
So in this context, who is the chameleon and what is he after?
Let me see. In the case of Nyesom Wike, well, in this form, you see, it's a good thing they've realized that indeed there has been a fault in the PDP forum. You understand, which is stated on the 11th yesterday of March that the camp is open to a genuine reconciliation, but we negotiate from the position of strength. You get what? And when you measure that position of strength, what does it occur to your mind? You are he's talking about the side in which the Supreme Court hearing, as where the Supreme Court is backing, which is his own faction. So he is expecting the Turaki-led faction, which contains Bauchi State Governor and Oyo State Governor and some other high stakeholders, that they must hack in. What does that mean? Do you think do you think Wike is ready for reconciliation? Let's be honest.
But
knowing fully well
is
the backbone of the so-called renewed hope agenda, collaboration with the APC, and you think this is not another means in which he wants to lure this other coalition to his own favor. Now, looking at, we could recall coalition that is the Wike-led faction is being given is being led by this by the name Abdurrahman Mohammed. Yes, why the Turaki-led faction is led by Turaki. Now it's coming out that the convention, that is another convention, will be held on the 28th of March. That's 2026. This 28 comes in Abuja. Now, this convention is all about nullifying the leadership, who the leadership of PDP will be given to. And you know for the fact that Turaki might be let out of this platform if this reconciliation occurs. And there's every probability that this leadership of a thing will be given to Abdurrahman Mohammed, which is heading the Wike-led faction. So what are we talking about? To me, I don't see this as a reconciliation. I see this as another merging, as another, luring of these two coalitions to form a single coalition in order to head for the favor of the great opposition, which is, currently PDP has been on shambles. And to me, though I have been giving credit to them, as you usually know me to do, I have also trying to give them hope that yes, a time will come, definitely there will be settlement, which you're already seeing now. But from where this settlement is heading to, I don't think it's genuine. It
will be a huge disappointment if the PDP do not produce their presidential candidate.
That is what I'm saying.
Now, 2027 is around the corner.
Now, tell me, in all high stakeholding in Nigeria, all political high stakeholders, those who have been in the political front line of the political system of Nigeria, which personnel currently will want to emerge as the flag bearer of PDP? You understand? Except he's an individual, probably not to be famous and doesn't even have experience on politics. That is what I see. Except probably the governor of Oyo State, likely, or the governor of Bauchi, which are not even properly recommended to emerge as presidency campaign coming 2027. Except probably, or maybe the governor of Oyo State. But I take that chance. But how well will he be supported? How well will Nigerians recognize him? That is the question we are asking. That is the question people should be asking the PDP for him. So to me, I think this reconciliation method is not the way it seems to be. It seems Nigerians want it to be. You understand? PDP was one of the biggest political forum in the whole of West Africa, if I'm not mistaken. You understand? So now that it has been, cracked, and the foundation, the settings tend to scatter, and anti-party activities has engaged in this and has brought it this low, it will take some procedure. And for what I'm seeing, I don't even think they have a chance in this coming 2027 election, except by divine intervention. That is just it. Except. You understand? He also proposed about a unity framework. That is, governor and stakeholders concerning that is the two primaries should make a peace pact. You understand? And also harmonizing caretaker committee. That is, each for each coalition, each group, each subgroup should have their caretaker committee. Then tell me, how can unity come into this platform? Let's be honest.
All right.
So to call this, to finalize on my word, is, the Supreme Court should do more. You understand? Should dig deep into this, into the case of PDP, in order to mandate the actual leadership. Because what PDP needs right now is the actual leadership, a person who will really, bring out this party from the shambles it finds itself. And I don't think that should be Wike handling it, or his leadership faction. That is just the truth. So my own advice for the Supreme Court is to make sure the Turaki-led group is giving this mandate so that PDP can stand his ground. Because why it looks as if I am against Wike's faction? Because he has said that he stands for the president. Going about the renew, then how do you think he is going to bring PDP in a limelight? How will he work in his own forum, in his own subgroup? How will PDP gain his stand again? So I think the Supreme Court and the judiciary should do their work in that aspect to show you that this individual trying to crack out PDP out of the spotlight is not helping hand. And if he remains in it, if due process is not taken, actual due process is not taken, PDP will not have a chance this coming to the and there is every probability PDP will totally be scattered.
All right, thank you so much, Ojalo. Away from that to what seems like a major challenge surrounding Nnamdi Kanu's detention, Richard Nnanna, Deputy National Secretary of the People Democratic Party, has criticized the ruling All Progressive Congress, saying the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu could cost the party votes in the Southeast in the 2027 elections. Speaking at a PDP stakeholders meeting in Umuahia, Richard accused the APC of political exclusion and poor governance, warning that the party may perform poorly in the region during the next general elections. What do you have to say about this? Because Richard, I think he's talking from experience, because PDP has been sidelined. We're now hearing All Progressive Congress, APC here, APC that, and he's not the first person that is talking about this Nnamdi Kanu's detention happening to affect coming election, which I already told you before that if Nnamdi Kanu's continuous detention in the prison will keep him, it will cost a whole lot of things in the Southeast. It will make governors who want political parties, people who have political ambition, to make them not to gain that forum, that recognition regarding this.
Well, I think Richard Nnanna, the Deputy National Secretary, has stated the facts, but he has failed to also make his actual research on those who are behind the APC in that Southeast region. That is what I'm seeing here. He has stated the fact indeed, because the Southeastern region, is where I've had great backings for the IPOB leader, that is Nnamdi Kanu, and known to be their agitator to form the Biafra states and thereabout. Now, in his own point of view, that if Nnamdi Kanu is not removed from prison, that they might find it difficult to get votes from the southeastern part, talking to the APC, right? Now, but he has failed to know that APC currently has a great backing from different high stakeholders in the southeast. Is it the governor of Imo State? Is it Hope Uzodinma? Is it Umba? Is it Godwin Akpabio? Okay, that is even the south. Is it Umba from the Enugu State governor? Is it Ebonyi State governor? So is it most billionaires and business forum, in the southeastern who have taken over coordination of the city boy movement, e.g. Obi Kobana? So who is he now saying, telling that which forum now is he now telling that?
Today is supposed to be a 1 million march for Nnamdi Kanu.
Of course, but I'm trying to state the fact of the statement made by Richard, that he should know that even without Nnamdi Kanu, there are people who have given their loyalty to the current administration.
Aside from giving their loyalty, aside from giving their loyalty to the ruling party, okay, we're talking about these individuals. Do you think people from the southeast will come out to vote if Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention? That's the bone of contention, because if he's still in detention, southeasterners, they will not want to come out and vote, no matter how competent that you are. Well, knowing that the IPOB leader is still in detention.
In this case, you are talking about the citizens, and we're talking about high stakeholders, and I mean governor forums and thereabouts. Recall where the Minister of Works, I think Umahi, said that he will deliver so and so votes from his state to the president.
How will he deliver if the citizens don't come out?
They have their ways of doing it, Cassie. That is what we are failing to understand. These people have their ways of doing it. Was it not the governor of Edo State, Governor Ekpebolo, who said nothing but 1.something million votes for the president coming 2027? So for people in that high stake to speak in that form, yeah, you should know that they are well prepared.
Okay, for instance,
and look at the first move they made.
We don't come and force
Cassie,
you and I to come out and vote if we don't want to come out.
They decamped from their own political platform that brought them into power to an opposition that don't even know how they gain power. So you see the step they've taken. Then you are talking about if they will force you and I to vote. Cassie, they know. Do I have to state it? Look at the council election that happened in Abuja. How many individuals came out to vote? The one that happened in Rivers State here, yes, that happened in Rivers State. How many people came out? Was it not awarded to the ruling party? So what are we talking about? So you now know the strategies that will be used and formulated for the voting processes. So what are we talking about? They know what to do. They don't need the people. These current Nigerians, the institutions like the INEC are failed. And you should know that they are siding this administration, this current administration. So if you are thinking, it is the people, initially it's a democratic state it's for the people. But initially,
so
mind my word,
they no longer need people.
Initially, no, of course. For the fact that they've given loyalty to the president, that look, I assure you, of you winning so and so vote.
With or without the people.
Was it not what our dear Yinsu Wike said in the 2023? Did it not work out? Did it not come to life?
Without the people,
of course, they know what to do. They know how to go about it. So that is the country we find ourselves right now. So Richard has stated the fact, but you should know that look, this current administration and the Nigeria we find ourselves right now is not only about the people. The people are silent in one corner. The so-called governors and political forums, high stakeholders, know how to get away with their vote with the so-called institution like the INEC backing. So that is it. So we coming out to say that Nnamdi Kanu did they not know that it might affect their re-election before detaining him, putting him in life imprisonment. So what are we talking about here? Okay, so definitely the people they are grieving about him, but we are talking about the leaders of that region who have given, except probably Governor Alex Oti.
All right, thank you so much, Ojalo. And that's it for today's edition of Citizens Dialogue. Many thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Cassie. It's my pleasure being here. Thank you so much.
And to you, our viewers, for tuning in. I am Cassie Thoni, reminding you to stay informed and stay ahead. Do well to join us for more breaking news across Nigeria. A beautiful day to you.